Good morning, students. Today I am going to teach you a poem written by Pablo Neruda, and the name of the poem is Keeping Quiet. Let's go through some information about the poet. Pablo Neruda, that was his pen name, and later it became his legal name of this famous Chilean poet. He was a diplomat and politician. He won the Nobel Prize for Literature in the year 1971. He wrote in green ink, which was his personal symbol for desire and hope. Students, he was writing in green ink. The reason was that he felt that that was actually the representation of his own desire and hope. His writings were very simple. Wherein lies their beauty? Originally written in Spanish. This poem is written in Spanish. The essence of this poem is based on introspection. Now, what do you mean by the word introspection? Student, introspection means self-examination. You can understand where you get wrong. And retrospection. Now, what is the meaning of retrospection? Retrospection means you make an evaluation of your past deed. That is called retrospection. And the poet feels that some soul searching is needed. We should actually discover our soul. We should try to evaluate our soul so that we can understand where we are actually wrong. So that soul searching is needed for us to be at peace. We should try to be at peace with ourselves and with others. In today's world, students, you might have observed that you will find people always disturbed and distressed and tense. The reasons are manifold. Because the thing is that, take an example of adults. They are mostly having stress of earning more money. So they are never at peace. Throughout the day, they have to make two ends meet. Take an example of teenagers. They have the stress of making their career. They always feel if they don't get this thing, they are left behind. So this poem actually teaches us that for some time in our life, we should stop. The poet doesn't say that you should stop forever. But if you keep quiet for some time, you can make your self-evaluation. You can understand where you get wrong. Look, you cannot say that everybody in the world is 100% correct, 100% right. But if you take a pause in your life, if you make a stop in your life, you can make your self-discovery. You can make your self-examination that these deeds are wrong. Some of your deeds may be correct. Look, now students, let's go through the first stanza of this poem. This poem mainly focused on our own meditation. Here the word of meditation means our own contemplation, our deep thinking. We should think that for some time, if we take a pause, we will come to that conclusion where we actually feel that if we are wrong, we can try to make ourselves correct. Okay. Now the first stanza. Is okay. Now we will count to 12 and we will all keep still. Students, I will read the first stanza and then I'll give you the complete explanation. For once on the face of the earth, let's not speak in any language. Let's stop for 1 second and not move our arm so much. Look, in the very first 2 lines, the poet asks everyone to count up to 12 in their mind. We are not supposed to talk. The number 12 actually represents the hours of the day or the months of the year. And he wants all of us to be calm and still. The poet across the nation, in the whole world, have to unite together. Suppose, just imagine if we don't have any cross border, if we don't have like LOC, if you consider the whole world as Vasudeva Kutumbakam, then They shall not speak their own language, means we will try to understand each other just by staying mute, just by staying, not expressing our ideas through language. Rather, they all shall keep quiet and speak the language of silence. Look, just by expression, just by silence, we understand what the problems others have, what the problems we have. We are not supposed to, because speaking lot many languages clear, it creates a lot of clutter in mind. So this will actually bring unity among all the humans on the face of the earth. And for at least one moment, no one shall move his arms either to signal or to fight or to argue with each other. So poet says, let's not stop for 1 second, not move our arms so much. So I will give you a small explanation of this stanza. The poet here requests everyone to count till 12 in their own mind and to stop for a while. Maybe this 12 referred by the poet is the 12 hours in the clock or the 12 months in the year. He wants everyone to stop and calm down. The poet urges everyone not to speak any language. As we all know that there are different languages spoken in different parts of the earth, which sometimes become a barrier in our way for peace. So he asks people not to speak. Not only this, he also wants us to stop moving our arms. By using the word arms, he means the weapon which are used by different countries to raise a war against each other. So basically the poet is demanding peace from all of us. So this is an explanation of the first stanza. Let's go through the second one. Now I will read the second stanza. It would be an exotic moment without rush, without engines. We would all be together in a sudden strangeness. Fishermen in the cold sea would not harm whales, and the man gathering salt would look at his hurt hands. So let's go to the explanation. First two lines. When everything will come to a standstill, when everything comes to a pause, it will be a rare situation. It will be an exotic moment. No one will be in rush. There will be no engines running. Everyone will be calm and quiet. United with each other in a strange atmosphere. It will be strange because it has never happened earlier. No person would be harming any other living being either for food or to earn his livelihood. All the people who work endlessly will get some time to look at their injuries and the damages they have caused to their body. Look student, this stanza actually says that if we for some time, if we just pause, like our world would be without any rush. Like take an example of lockdown here. In this lockdown period, we have tried our best to understand, to discover ourselves. Even we have seen that it is really not necessary to rush ourselves. Our life can be actually our life can exist without so many comforts, but still we are running after unnecessary comforts in life. Why? Because we keep on copying others, we keep on imitating others. We feel if that fellow is doing this thing, it means I have to do it. If I have Maruti 800 at my place, but the problem is that we feel, oh, that person has purchased Vitara Brezza, okay, then really my car has now no value. But we should attach value by saying that car, my car means my Maruti Suzuki 800 helps me to reach any place in Ahmedabad or in Gujarat, right? Ultimately, when you compare, you get unhappy. But the thing is that this whole world always keeps on making you feel that actually you are wrong. Okay, so students, I would say it is better what that we should not try to compare ourselves with other. So that is why the poet said we should not make any rush. We should live a life without using any gadgets, means engines. So it would be a very beautiful moment that we would actually will have an option to discover ourselves. And here the poet has quoted an example of a fisherman. The fisherman and the cold sea would not harm whales. Means the fisherman would realize that they are actually hurting, they are harming the marine life, aquatic life. And for some time they would actually make some self-examination that what they are doing is wrong. It is really wrong to harm the nature. And why this coronavirus has come into existence? Just because we have actually harmed the nature, we have exploited the nature, and exploiting the nature is causing such problems in our lives. But as human beings, we are not trying to understand this thing. The nature has always, it has the quality of replenishing herself. And what we do, we are doing the things against the nature of the nature. So we should try to understand the nature of the nature, because the thing is that we have forgotten our own nature. And if you really keep this thing in mind, then we can live a life in harmony with nature and with other people. Now the third stanza. It talks about those who prepare green wars with gas, wars with fire, victory with no survivors, would put on clean clothes and walk with their own brothers in the shade doing nothing. What I want should not be confused with total inactivity. Life is what it is about. I want no truck with death. देखो पोइट, अब यहाँ पोइट क्या कहना चाहता है? Here the poet wants to say, the people who exploit the green wealth of nature. हमने actually green wealth of the nature को बहुत exploit किया है by deforestation or mining or fishing in the deep seas, and the soldier who use weapons to kill fellow human beings. अब देखो जो सोल्जर दूसरे इंसानों को, दूसरे एनिमीज को मारते, बट दे आर एक्चुअली ह्यूमन बींग्स, नीड सम टाइम, but we all people together, even those soldiers, even those nations who are actually making such kind of attacks, they all need some time to introspect. Introspect means to go deep into something, to introspect into the consequences of their actions. मीन्स वी शुड ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड कि इसके कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस क्या होंगे, इसके रिजल्ट क्या होंगे अगर हम हमारे भाई बहन को मारते हैं. मीन्स इसका यह मीनिंग है कि वी आर एक्चुअली ट्राइंग आर वर्स्ट टू किल आर ओन ब्रदर्स एंड दे आर मियरली doing their job or following orders, because the soldiers have been given orders and they are following it. But those nations who are doing such thing, they should introspect for some time that this will actually bring no victory, or that victory will have no survivors. He wants them to put on new clothes. Look, here poet says that the people should wear new clothes. Here new clothes means we should have new attitude, we should have new thinking, we should adopt a new approach towards life, and to realize that killing so many people is not a victory. Obviously, when you are killing so many people, it is not going to bring you any good result. He wants all of us to be united as one and consider even our enemy to be our own brother. He is promising, is actually promoting, the poet is promoting what? Brotherhood, peace and unity. He does not want us to stop our work, but to take some time and analyze the result of our own deeds, that what wrong we are doing. let's go through the explanation again so that this poem would actually become easier for you to understand. Students, it is better that at least for twice you listen to the whole lecture. It will become easy for you, and when you are listening my video, it is better you should have textbook in your hand, because I am giving you an explanation line by line. Look, the poet asks everyone to stop this activity which are damaging the environment. Today all the human beings are making money by damaging the environment with their activities such as mining, deforestation, letting the chemical waste into the rivers, etc. The poet asks us not to do so, and he also requests people not to involve in wars, as there is no benefit, actually there is no benefit of achieving such victory. Even if the such country who are making such chaos, such anarchy in the world, they are not achieving any victory in which one is actually left alive. He says so because wars and environmental damage will lead to no life on the earth, and rather he wants people to adopt a new approach, which by using the word new clothes, the poet says that we should actually wear a new approach, means we should adopt a new approach. And that approach is what? He says that you should treat your enemy like brothers and promote peace, harmony in the world. Okay, now last stanza. If we were not so single-minded, if we were not so single-minded about keeping our lives moving, and for once could perhaps a huge silence might interrupt this sadness of never understanding ourselves and of threatening ourselves with death. So this is actually the second last stanza. All human beings walk endlessly with the aim of what? Completing all their task. हम ह्यूमन बींग्स क्या करते रहते हैं? पूरे दिन काम करते रहते हैं. वी गिव टास्क टू आवर सेल्फ एंड वी फील दैट इफ दिस टास्क इज नॉट डन आई विल नॉट बी हैप्पी. दे आर ड्रिवन बाय द टारगेट ऑफ सर्वाइवल. हमें ऐसा लगता है कि मेरा सर्वाइवल कब है अगर मैं ज़्यादा काम करूँ तो. एंड वी आर ऑल्सो थ्रेटन्ड बाय द डेथ, कि मेरी डेथ आए उसके पहले मुझे ये ख़त्म कर देना है. आई वॉन्ट टू डू दिस थिंग एट दैट थिंग बिफोर माई डेथ स्ट्राइक्स. बट एज वी ऑल नो दैट डेथ कीप्स no calendar, it can come at any time. So the poet says it is better for us that we should make self-examination of our deeds. We should go into our past, we should make the self-examination of our past, what wrong we have done or what right we have done. We should make actually a balance sheet of our good deeds and bad deeds. So they are in a mad rush, we are in a mad rush to accomplish all their tasks, that I have to do this, I must have this car or that car, I must have that bungalow, otherwise really I have no existence in this world. Students, look, in this life it is not necessary that materialistic happiness can only make you more happier. It is not like that. Your real happiness lies inside your own self. Okay, your happiness is in your hand. We feel, no, if that person is with me, that will make me happy. Not like that. Life never runs like that. He says that perhaps if they pause for a while, if you take a pause for a while, they can appreciate their achievement. Suppose for some time you take a break in your life, like this lockdown has given us this chance to make our own introspection and retrospection, even with our own meditation, and the lives would become happier. So our life would be happy when we make our own retrospection, when we make our self-examination, right? When we meditate our own thoughts, because our deeds depends on our thought. What we have in our mind, we do it. It says that our deeds are determined by our thoughts, but the thoughts we have, from where those thoughts actually come, just are by own desire. What you desire actually is represented in your thoughts, and your thoughts are translated into your deeds. So it is better that we should have good desires. What you desire, your desires are translated into your thoughts, and if you have good thoughts, it would be turned into good deeds. He suggests that by keeping quiet, if you keep quiet for some time, he will be able to understand the true purpose of our own life. Okay, so let's go to the explanation again. Here in this stanza, the poet wants to clarify to his reader that when he asks them to stop from saying or doing anything, he does not want anyone to become a non-active person. यहाँ poet हमें ऐसा नहीं बोलते कि आप कुछ मत करो, non-active बन जाओ. Non-active is a person who remains idle and does not do anything. Non-active का मीनिंग क्या होता है कि जो इंसान कुछ नहीं करता है. लेकिन पोएट ऐसा कहना चाहते हैं कि he simply means that we should stop and see the consequences of our deed. हमें हमारे जो भी कार्य हमने किए है उसके consequences हमें देखने चाहिए कि हमने क्या right किया है, हमने क्या wrong किया है. लेकिन कभी कभी क्या होता है, हम ये चीज़ देखने ही नहीं चाहते कि what wrong we are doing, what right we are doing. The poet does not want to see people being killed due to their greed. हमारी लालच की वजह से हम लाइफ में बहुत कुछ पाना चाहते हैं, और कभी कभी क्या दैट ग्रीड एक्चुअली किल्स अस फॉर मनी. वी हैव लॉट ऑफ ग्रीड फॉर, हमारे साथ ज़्यादा पैसा होगा तो हम ज़्यादा खुश हो जाएंगे. इट इज़ नॉट लाइक दैट. लुक, इवन विथ ओके लेस मनी यू कैन बी हैप्पियर, बट द थिंग इज दैट हमारी बेसिक नेसेसिटी अगर वो फुलफिल्ड होती है उसमें तो बहुत ज़्यादा है. बट प्रॉब्लम ये हमारा है कि अगर ये चीज़ ना मिली तो गए काम से. हमें लगता है अगर ये नहीं मिला तो गए काम से ये नहीं मिला. हम वी कीप ऑन डिजायरिंग रॉन्ग थिंग्स एंड एक्सपांशन ऑफ आर टेरिटरीज. जैसे चाइना ऑलवेज बिकॉज ऑफ देयर एक्सपांशनिस्ट एटीट्यूड कि हम इंडिया की थोड़ी टेरिटरी कवर कर ले, एंड दैट इज वाई द टेंशन इज ऑलवेज क्रिएटेड एट द LAC, लाइन ऑफ एक्चुअल कंट्रोल. सो LOC पे ये चलता रहता है, LAC पे ये चलता ही रहता है. And the poet does not want to see people that they would die because of their greed for money. Further, he says that people are continuously working to achieve their task without even thinking about the result. हम रिजल्ट के बारे में नहीं सोचते कि अगर यार हम इतना सारा कुत्ते की तरह like dogs or like idiots if we keep on working, what result it would bring. Yes, I agree with you, you should make smart work. लेकिन ऐसा लाइफ में हमें ये भी सोचना चाहिए कि हमने क्या राइट किया रॉन्ग किया. बस गधे की तरह दौड़ते जाओ. It's not going to bring you any good result. सो दे आर इन फियर ऑफ डेथ. और लोग को डर भी लगता है, हो आई विल बी डेड एनी टाइम, डेथ विल स्ट्राइक एंड रियली आई विल हैव नो टाइम टू अचीव माई रिजल्ट एंड वॉन्ट टू अचीव मोस्ट ऑफ थिंग्स बिफोर दैट डेथ. तो डेथ के पहले उनको सब कुछ अचीव कर लेना है इंसानों को. हियर ही अर्जेस देम टू स्टॉप फॉर अ वाइल एंड टेक सम मोमेंट टू रेलिश. तो हमें क्या करना है, टेक सम टाइम, हमें थोड़ा टाइम लेना है, थोड़ा रेलिश करना है लाइफ को ऑन व्हाट दे हैव अचीव. जो भी हमने लाइफ में पाया उसको थोड़ा रेलिश करो. रेलिश करो मीन्स उसे थोड़ा एंजॉय करो. एंड एवरीवन हियर इज लिविंग अ लाइफ. हर एक इंसान यहाँ लाइफ तो जी रहा है इन विच ही वॉन्ट्स टू अचीव, जिसमें वो कुछ ना कुछ अचीव करना चाहता है. वेरियस थिंग्स वन आफ्टर अनदर, एक चीज़ के बाद दूसरी चीज़, चौथी चीज़, बट इट डज नॉट want to stop. लेकिन स्टॉप नहीं होना है, बस उसे क्या करना है, कमाते रहना. बट एक्चुअली हमें लाइफ के अंदर थोड़ा रेट्रोस्पेक्शन भी करना चाहिए कि हमने क्या गलत किया है, क्या सही किया है, और अभी उस सही करने से गलत करने से व्हाट आर द रिजल्ट दैट वी आर गोइंग थ्रू. एंड दिस विल हेल्प अस कीप द सैडनेस. और ये एक्चुअली हमें हेल्प करेगा हमारी लाइफ की जो सैडनेस है उसे दूर करने में, विच हैज़ बिकम सो प्रोमिनेंट इन आवर लाइफ. और ये सैडनेस हमारी लाइफ में एक प्रोमिनेंट चीज़ बन गई है. इट हैज़ बिकम कंटिन्यूअस. द सैडनेस ऑफ नॉट एंजॉइंग वॉट वी हैव अचीव. जो हमने पाया है उसको ही अचीव नहीं कर, उसको ही हम एंजॉय नहीं कर पाते हैं. वॉट वी हैव अचीव्ड वी आर नॉट एबल टू एंजॉय. एंड द ग्रीड टू अचीव विथ वॉट नेक्स्ट इज इन द लिस्ट इज टू बी अचीव. बस एक लिस्ट बना के बैठे हैं कि इसके बाद ये अचीव करना है, इसके बाद ये अचीव करना है, बट वी आर नॉट इंटरेस्टेड टू मेक अ स्टॉप. बाई लाइफ में एक स्टॉप करना भी बहुत ज़रूरी होता है. और उस स्टॉप करने से हमें क्या मिलता है कि हम हमारी लाइफ को समझ पाते हैं कि हमने ये सही किया है, ये गलत किया है. एट द एंड ऑफ अ डे वी शुड एक्चुअली मेडिटेट फॉर सम टाइम. एंड वाई मेडिटेशन इज वेरी नेसेसरी इन लाइफ, बिकॉज फॉर सम टाइम वी कैन अंडरस्टैंड कि ये हमने गलत किया है, तो हमें हाउ वी कैन करेक्ट आवर रॉन्ग डीड्स. हमारे जो रॉन्ग डेट्स है उसे हम किस तरह करेक्ट करें, तो वो लाइफ में बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. तो दिस पोएम कीपिंग क्वाइट, दैट कीपिंग क्वाइट एक्चुअली स्टैंड्स फॉर व्हाट, that we should try to make inner peace, inner harmony with our own selves and even with those people we are actually surrounded with. Okay, now come to the last stanza. Perhaps the earth can teach us. Look, as when everything seems dead and later proves to be alive, now I will count up to 12 and you keep quiet and I will go. Look, the poet suggests us to take a teaching, to take a lesson from nature. The poet says that it is better we should try something from the nature, because it is said the nature is the best teacher. What nature can teach you, nobody can really give those thoughts. As the nature means as the earth undergoes changes in winter, everything freezes, become lifeless, but after some time the season changes again and everything in the world comes back to life. Similarly, taking a pause and introspecting into our lives, अगर हम थोड़ा पॉज लेते हैं और हमारी लाइफ में थोड़ा इंट्रोस्पेक्ट करते हैं, इंट्रोस्पेक्शन मीन्स हमारा सेल्फ एग्जामिनेशन करते हैं, दैट विल गिव इट अ न्यू मीनिंग. तो हमारी लाइफ का एक अलग न्यू मीनिंग हमें मिलता है. एंड वी विल बी एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड द पर्पज़ ऑफ आवर लाइफ, और हमारे लाइफ का जो पर्पज़ है वो हमें समझ में आता है. इट विल बी लाइक अ रीबर्थ ऑफ आवर ओन सोल. हमारे आत्मा का एक पुनर्जन्म होगा. हम अपने आप को, अपने माइंड को, हमारे मन को, हमारे आत्मा को समझ पाएंगे. एंड द पोएट हैज़ कन्वेड टू ऑल द पीपल, पोएट यहाँ कन्वे करना चाहता है टू ऑल द पीपल द पर्पज़ ऑफ हिज मैसेज, उनका जो मैसेज है, उनका जो पर्पस है. एंड सो ही आस्क्ड देम वंस अगेन. तो पोएट फिर से हमें यही कहते हैं दैट टेकिंग अ पॉज काउंट टिल 12 एंड वॉक्स आउट ऑफ द सीन. यहाँ से वो चले जाएंगे और व्हाट मैसेज ही वांट्स टू गिव, दैट कीपिंग द सीन्स ओपन फॉर ऑल द पीपल. ये पूरा जो वर्ल्ड हमारे लिए ओपन अप है ऑन दिस अर्थ टू एक्सपीरियंस दिस फॉर टाइम्स टू कम. कि ये जो अर्थ है हमें बहुत सारे एक्सपीरियंस प्रोवाइड करती है, लेकिन प्रॉब्लम ये है दैट वी आर नॉट ट्राइंग टू लर्न ग्रेट थिंग्स आउट ऑफ द नेचर. सो नाउ द पोएट सजेस्ट, लेट्स गो टू द स्मॉल एक्सप्लेनेशन अगेन. नाउ द पोएट सजेस्ट टू द ह्यूमन बींग्स दैट वी शुड लर्न अ लेसन फ्रॉम द अर्थ. हमें अर्थ में से कुछ सीखना चाहिए. अब अर्थ में सीखना चाहिए, इसका मीनिंग क्या हुआ? ड्यूरिंग द विंटर एवरीथिंग फ्रीजेज, जैसे विंटर में सब फ्रीज हो जाता है एंड बिकम्स लाइफलेस. बट व्हेन द सीजन चेंज, जब सीजन चेंज होती है एंड इट्स द ऑनसेट ऑफ स्प्रिंग सीजन, जब स्प्रिंग सीजन स्टार्ट होती है, एवरीथिंग प्रेजेंट इन द नेचर सच एज द ट्रीज, जैसे ट्रीज है, बर्ड्स है, रिवर्स है, एट्सेट्रा, दे ऑल गेट लाइफ अगेन. सो हियर द पोएट बाय गिविंग द एग्जाम्पल ऑफ नेचर, नेचर के एग्जाम्पल देने के बाद पोएट ऐसा एक्सप्लेन करना चाहता है, वॉन्ट्स टू से दैट ऑल द ह्यूमन बींग्स शुड स्टॉप एंड ट्राई टू जज देयर डीड्स. हमें ह्यूमन बींग्स को, हमारे डीड्स को हमें जज करना चाहिए. दे कैन ट्राई एंड मेक देयर लाइफ better with calmness, peace, and finally he ends up by saying that now we will count up to 12. लास्ट में पोइट यही कहते हैं कि अब मैं काउंट अप करूँगा till 12 so that we all may become quiet. And here quiet means, यहाँ quiet का मीनिंग एक्चुअली क्या है? To calm down ourselves and to move towards the path of peace and harmony. एक शांति की लाइफ हमें जीनी है, और वो शांति भरी लाइफ हम तब जी पाएंगे जब वी कैन मेक, व्हेन यू कैन मेक पीस टू योर ओन सेल्फ. मानस अंदरથી શાંત ના હોય તો એ બહારના દુનિયાથી શાંત ન થઈ શકે. सो आफ्टर सेइंग दिस ही सेज आई विल गो. इतना कहने के बाद पोएट कहता है कि आई विल गो. ही सेज सो एज ही हैज़ कन्वेड हिज मैसेज, as he has conveyed his message to the people, he wants them, what does he want? He wants them to be left alone to think about it. वो चाहते हैं कि ये लोग अपने बारे में सोचे, ये लोग रेट्रोस्पेक्शन करें, इंट्रोस्पेक्शन करें एंड वर्क इन द डायरेक्शन ऑफ द पीस. कि वर्ल्ड के जो लोग हैं वो डायरेक्शन, इन विच डायरेक्शन वी शुड वर्क इन द डायरेक्शन ऑफ आवर ओन पीस. कि हमको हमारी खुद की शांति कैसे मिले. हमने ऑलरेडी वर्ल्ड को इतना डिस्टर्ब कर दिया, इतने प्रॉब्लम्स हमने लाइफ में क्रिएट कर दिए हैं. ओके, एंड एक्चुअली द सॉल्यूशन ऑफ ऑल दिस प्रॉब्लम्स lie in our own self. ये जो प्रॉब्लम्स है लाइफ के, उसके जो सॉल्यूशन है वो हमारे हाथ में ही है. बट द थिंग इज दैट वी आर सर्चिंग द सॉल्यूशन ऑफ ऑल दिस थिंग्स in objects, in other people, but the real solution actually lies in our own self. Okay, so this poem has a beautiful idea. If you really understand that materialistic thing can never make us more happier, and really if you want to be happier in life, then we should not depend ourselves on materialism. We should actually try to discover our own self by doing a lot of meditation, by controlling our desires, by controlling our wrong uh, you know uh, wrong hopes. We are sometimes what happen, we hope for wrong things, that this thing should happen with me. We are influenced, sometimes we are fascinated by movies. Okay, movies actually teaches so many wrong things. We see that hero fighting with 100 people, that is completely illogical, and sometimes breaking all the rules of physics, chemistry, biology. And really at that point of time, what you feel, oh, this is really, you get fascinated, you want to be like that hero. But in real life, okay, you are not supposed to copy him, you are not supposed to symbolize your life in that way. It is better you should make peace with your own self. You should have your own good goals in life. You should make self retrospection of your life. And if you do meditation every day, then that day, you will come to realize that you are actually unnecessarily searching for materialistic things, that we have that misconception that it would make us happy in our lives. So with this beautiful idea, I come to the conclusion of this poem. I would just say that that in 1 or 2 months, when in July we will meet in the class, I want all of you to prepare all the chapters that I have taught you online and on YouTube. You people be better sure that you come prepared when we will meet in the class. Okay, so goodbye, take care.